Welcome to Wild in Creativity. I'm your host, Liz Kettle. A month or more ago, I sat down to pull my thoughts together about curiosity and creativity. They are so inextricably linked. I just don't think we can separate them. They feed each other in this infinite cycle. And when I sat down, I was just kind of overwhelmed by the scope of this topic. And as so frequently happens in my creative projects, when I get overwhelmed, my brain shuts down. And all my thoughts I had been thinking for a month about curiosity and creativity, they were gone, just left my head. I knew they would come back. So I decided to just give it a little bit of time and then think about it. And practically, I knew that a multi-hour podcast just on curiosity might be a little long to listen to. So like I said, I let it rest for a little bit. And I thought, let's just approach it in a few different episodes and not try and cram it all into one. So this episode of Wild in Creativity explores cats, curiosity, and culture. When I was growing up, I always heard curiosity killed the cat. I was warned over and over and over again. I don't really know why. I was, sweet, innocent little child. I guess maybe my elders were tired of me asking why so often. And then that kind of reminds me of that cat in Schrodinger's box. Is it dead or not dead? Did it die because it was curious and got in the box? Did the scientist put it in there because the scientist was curious? Like, how did that all come about? And did you know that Leonardo da Vinci, one of my heroes, was a cat lover? So do you think cats are a component of creativity? And that kind of led me to another curiosity of mine. Why don't we have thousands or millions of minds like Leonardo da Vinci and Einstein? Were they outliers? And so I started asking with the basics. What is curiosity? At its core, curiosity is like to know something, to understand something. And I think we humans are designed to be curious, to ask questions and seek answers. It's how we learn anything. It's how we think, discover, wonder, and grow. And curiosity, as I said, is a key component of creativity. I don't know if it's the most important component, but I think it's very, very important. Curiosity is the fuel. It's the driving force behind creativity. I think creativity without curiosity has no direction or energy and nothing to sustain it. I don't know that it would have quite the meaning for us if we didn't have a curiosity that we had to discover the answer to. Have we lost our innate drive for curiosity was my next question. Much of how we evolved, what we have become, is related to how curious we have been throughout the centuries. The curiosity led us to figure out how to eat an artichoke. Can you imagine how they figured that out? How to grow plants, how to invent weaving, and then the computer. Like weaving and the computer are related, did you know? So I just kept spinning my wheels in my head, like, what is this? And are we as curious as we used to be? And I started thinking about, yes, curiosity is an innate part of being human, but it is influenced by our environment, our community, and the culture that we live in. They play a big part in how safe we feel at exploring our curiosity. And so much has changed since I was a kid exploring in the 60s and 70s. I remember one evening, I'm thinking my mom was probably still at work. She didn't know about this until well after the fact, because we were kids kind of left to our own devices quite a bit. So we snuck into a local construction site after hours. We wandered all around the machinery. We looked at all the stuff, all the scrap lumber, and figured out which machine could dig what kind of hole. It was fascinating, and it was super exciting too. We also learned a valuable lesson, where to watch where we were walking. My brother stepped on a nail. It just put a hole in his shoe, though, not in his foot. He was fine. But kids today don't have those kind of free reign exploring that we had back then.